this information. This is what it is.
No, for real. I see somebody in the chat asked me an interesting question. They said, Rich, do you believe in white people having neuromelanin? Now, you know, Bobby Hemmett said something very interesting many years ago. He said, a lot of the people that, you know, this term white, black, these are invented terms. A lot of people that we think are white people, Bobby Hemmett said, they're not really white people. What we would consider white people died out a long time ago. What I noticed the system, and I heard Tariq Nasheed and other people talk about, I think Nelly Fuller talk about this. When the numbers start dwindling, what they consider to be the blonde hair, blue eye, whatever, they start recruiting people. So Hispanics become white. They recruit people to add on to the numbers. So a lot of people who are classified as white, y'all probably not even what we would call white. So passing. Passing as I'm sure a lot of y'all got neuromelanin. I'm sure, you know, white people may not even exist in the world no more today, y'all. Who knows what we consider white 30, let's say not 30, let's say 3,000 years ago. If you looked at a white man 3,000 years ago and looked at one today, it's like night and day.
Totally different.
You know, so you know,
you're looking at a troglodyte then.
Yeah. So I'm not, you know, shout out to all the white people who watch the show.
Yeah, big up to the white people.
I'm focused on other things, so I'm not really focused on that. But when you asked that question, it just made me think about what Bobby Hemmett said a while ago. So, you know, I'm gonna do what I do on my end, and you know, y'all do what y'all do.
And even what Dr. Blair said, he said sometimes do this 26,000 year procession, we'll come back black, white, Indian, we'll come back white, male, female, all of that. We'll go through all those cycles. Dr. Blair said that.
And the thing we need to realize is that we're on the earth together.
Exactly.
We got to become cosmic citizens now. We have to join in with the cosmos. I have a guy I've been talking to, and he is the person who made the sound effects for Star Trek and Star Wars.
What?
This dude is on some deep, he's a scientist and a musician.
Ooh.
He knew the dude Dan Bateman. Dan Bateman is the guy who wrote the book let me get it. Have you guys know this book?
Wait a minute, put it in front. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Through the alien eyes. I've seen that before. I don't got it.
Get the book.
I gotta put it on my
This book was written by the guy who was channeling the Federation, the Galactic Federation. The people thought he was crazy because he was channeling all these different civilizations out in the galaxy. And then the whole UFO thing got weird, and they started talking about the little gray dudes with the big heads, and it became like a mockery. So he got upset and said, look, I'm gonna leave this alone because people don't want to listen. We can't, the humans on Earth are not ready to join the Galactic Council yet. This guy Bateman goes to Gene Roddenberry and says, I'm gonna give you the whole story and call it Star Trek.
Show that book again, Doctor, please. See, through alien eyes. Yeah, I'm putting it in my cart now.
This book is deep. The dude was a channel.
Yeah.
Now, check it out. Gene Roddenberry, who did Star Trek, who came up with Star Trek, was just using the book and the references that this guy gave him to create the show Star Trek, which is still the most successful television show in history because it had people from all different races in powerful positions. It wasn't about being white. It wasn't about being black. It was about power and all of us moving right on a 5-year mission to seek out new life. We're all from somewhere else. I know I'm not from here.
Me too.
When I met Dr. Kwaku Ando and he said, brother, you're from Sirius. You really are. You're a traveler. This is where most of us are travelers, and I actually have met some people and some beings from other realms. We're going to talk about that one day too. I don't just see ships. I've had visitations, encounters of the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th kind. I mean, for real, this ain't just some talk. So sometime when you see me out there, I'm out there.
You out there.
We are on a journey together. We're travelers. We're not from the earth. There really is no white, black, brown. That was all created to cause separation.
There's a book on that too. There's a book on that race creation stuff. Yep.
And we figured melanin, everybody got melanin.
Everybody got it.
It might be deeper in the tissue. Some is at the skin, some is deep in the tissues, but you couldn't live without melanin.
That's exactly. Dr. Africa used to say that. Yep.
And we can all tap into what? Melanin is tapping into the carbon or the deepness or the beginnings of all of us. The dark matter. We're dark matter materials, and you can transcend your color. You can transcend your, who you think you are, your name, your title. Why we keep letting these people give us titles? I'm not black. Ain't nobody black. Well, I did know a guy who was blue black. He was like purple though. But we keep calling ourselves this stuff, which is reducing us. Get out of that. We got to let that go. We got to be beings. We got to be beings first. Never mind human beings. Just be being. And when you're being, you can only be in the moment. See, that's why I'm Dr. B, because I'm being alive in the moment. I'm in jazz. I'm in the jasmine world. I'm creating love and harmony in the moment. I'm a being. I'm not a human being. Human is man-made. A human being, look at the law dictionary, Black's Law Dictionary. It says a human being is not a natural thing. It can't even, you can't really own land.
Right.
You can't get a dowry.
Right.
You talk about you need human rights. They give them some human rights. That just means you're a slave. So just be a being first. Be here right now and be the best you can be. That's the magic. That is the black magic.
That's right.
So when we move out of that, we realize that we're on a mission on spaceship Earth. I don't care if it's flat, round. I don't care what they say it is. Hey, the Earth is flat. So what? You still better go pay your bills. You still better figure out who you are. No matter where you're at, you need to be here now and do the best you can do and tap into the natural rhythms of life.
Yeah.
It's a rhythm here.
Yeah.
Everything is opposite everything else. You can't have black without white. What if you wake up tomorrow and there's no black people? What white folks are gonna do? And if we wake up tomorrow and there's no white people, what the black folks gonna do? See, we're gonna lose our minds because it takes everything to make this thing work.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Rich. I'm sorry.
No, we're about to wrap it up, but just one quick message to what I want to say to the individuals out there, my folks that are heavily melanated, out there, my what we call black folks. We got to really tap into this. It's a gift. It's a gift from God to have this chemical that we call melanin, or Dr. Sebi said carbon. I want us to really tap into it, and not in a negative way, in a way to be the best version of ourselves. If this is truly a gift and we truly have something amazing, which we do, this is a technology that's, being researched all the time, every day, all day. Let's really tap into that technology. Let's really tap into this technology. And we are some wonderful people. We are some amazing, wonderful people. We have been here millions and millions and millions of years. We've been here a long time, family. So I know some of us is tired of being in this realm, and we just like, man, I just want to get out of here. Yeah. Let's finish it strong.
I've been there.
Let's finish it up strong, family. I know we've been here a long time, but let's finish this up strong,
And Rich, at the event this weekend with Ma'a and Lloyd, a white woman who would appear to be a white woman, she said she was so enamored to see us. She cried every time she seen one of us speak on the mic, a white girl. So I had to give her a hug. I said, everything is all right.
I don't trust white woman's tears though.
Well, she wasn't calling.
That's one thing. Ooh, Lord, I stay away from them tears. I don't. No.
I just had to embrace her because she was so overwhelmed by the stuff that she's seen on Black Magic and all over the world. I just gave her a hug. Lloyd gave her a hug. I said, look, relax.
That's beautiful.
We're good.
That's beautiful.
But I know, I understand. Believe me, I understand. Remember, I was on the school of Khalid back in the day.
I knew there was going to be some division. Division is coming soon. We're all the same here on the earth together. All of a sudden, nope, I don't trust them now. It ain't me now. I don't eat with them. I don't eat with them.
Chris started.
Y'all something else, man. Love.
We having a good time here tonight.
It's beautiful.
We having a good time. It's we've been on here 2.5 hours, so I'm a little delusional now.
That's a good thing. You high. We're gonna do a show. We're only gonna be on for an hour and a half. Oh yeah.
It's all good.
You don't control time. Time is.
Time is what it is.
A lot of people tune into this show because it's so authentic. The show is so authentic and we're transparent, and people all over the globe tune into this because they could they can feel the authenticity of this show. And I'm thankful that the people allow me to be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a shucking and jiving, grinning Negro up here. They allow me to be me, and they appreciate it, and they appreciate the content. So everybody all over the globe that's watching, I truly, truly, truly appreciate your support, and just you tuning in to the platform. You know, we're gonna continue to grow and get better and better. Any closing? We're about to get out of here. Any closing remarks before we get out of here, Dr. B and King Simon?
I'll let King Simon go.
Yeah, let me go and then Dr. B. First and foremost, family, thank you for supporting Brother Rich, myself, and Dr. B. I honestly know that we are on a journey, all of us together, and this is synchronicity that you're even watching us. And if you do want to link up with me, you can text me your full name and date of birth to do a consultation, or go to my Linktree/King Simon, and Numerator for all my events. Check out my YouTube channel. I had Rizza Islam on tonight. It was a good event. A lot of people turned up just to watch. So family, support what we're doing, support the events that all of us are doing, whether it's free, online, or whether we're doing. But thank you, Brother Rich, for always being a genuine, loyal person, because Rich has always been a loyal. That number 17 is a loyal energy. And I got my life path as a 17. And then Dr. B is born under that Capricorn, misnomer Capricorn, which is connected to the 8, which is a loyal numbers. These are loyal numbers. And these brothers have been loyal to me. And I want to thank Dr. B for giving me the next title for my book when it comes to angel numbers. He gave me a subtitle, and I'm working on it, Brother Dr. B. We talked about it around breakfast at that hotel. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. I'm working on it, my brother. All right. And Billy Carson wants to be the publisher for it. So we're doing it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Rich. Thank you, Dr. B.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
So tomorrow night, I'm doing a free webcast. So go to elevationtime.com and go to events and sign up for the free webcast. I'm going to talk about the body, mostly health, some herbs. We're going to talk about medicine music and how music can be used to build or destroy. Yes. And on Saturday, make sure you're there for part 3 of the Soulful Science of Change and Metamorphosis class with myself and Dr. Mahdi Brown. That's an actual class. It's not free. It's going to be a donation, but you're going to be donating to something of a higher vibration. And if you take all 3 classes, you will receive a rebirth certificate.
That's right.
And I'd like to tell a little story before we go.
Okay.
There were 3 frogs, and they lived in Froggy Town. And they were happy frogs. They ate all the things. They had flies and grasshoppers to eat. They were really joyful. And the 3 frogs after dinner decided to go for a frog hop. So they were hopping and hopping down the frog path, and they fell into a big hole. And the hole was too deep for the frogs to hop out of. And they kept hopping and hopping. And one frog started saying, "Oh my God, the hole is too deep. We're going to die. We're going to die. We're going to die." The sun goes down. The next morning, that frog was dead. The other frogs kept hopping. They kept hopping. And then the next night, the other frogs started saying, "See, it's just like Harry. We are going to die. We're not going to live. We're not going to die. We can't make it. We can't get the hole is too deep. We're going to die." Next morning, that frog was dead. The next day, the other frog keeps hopping. Then the clouds come, and it begins to rain, and the hole begins to fill with water. And the third frog floated out of the hole and hopped back into Froggy Town. And the other frogs were like, "Oh God, we thought you died. You didn't. We already had a funeral and everything for you guys, a memorial. How did you get out of danger?" And the frog said, "Huh? Well, what happened?" He says, "I can't hear you." "What do you mean?" "I'm deaf. I cannot hear. I don't listen to other things. I am deaf. I am dumb, and I am blind, and no matter what, I keep going and keep going because I cannot fail. And if I listen to you guys, I will fail, and you'll have me dead and buried and gone." The key: listen to yourself, listen to your heart, find love in yourself, do what you truly love, have passion. The law of rhythm is you keep moving no matter what. No matter how deep the hole is, you're going to one day float out of it. No matter how high the mountain is, you got to be ready to climb over that mountain. Go into yourself. Become yourself. Get rid of the mental, physical, and spiritual parasites. Keep hopping. Be blind, deaf, and dumb to what the world is telling you. Go into the inner world. The inner verse is more powerful than the outer verse. You are the orchestra and the orchestrator of your life. Travel light. Most of that luggage is not yours anyway.
Listen, family, and right before we get out of here, we're gonna I know people still in the back. I'm gonna do a live Q&A with Dr. B, and next time I'm gonna have another special guest with him. I'm gonna talk to the brother about that. It's gonna be explosive. So we're gonna do a live Q&A. It's gonna be like an amazing therapy session for the people, for the family out there. Stay tuned for that. We'll probably do that in about a week or two, something like that, 2-3 weeks, something like that. But go ahead, King.
Can I say happy birthday to my mother celebrating 85 years?
Yes,
it's happening on the 21st of April this Sunday. So we're going to be having go out to dinner. She loved music, so we got to go to a restaurant that have a live band. So
yes,
happy birthday, Mom! I hope you enjoy it. 85 years is not easy, and I know it wasn't easy with me and my sister. So it is what it is.
Especially you.
Yeah, exactly. True. Especially me.
Simon Templar.
I was a rebel, so yes.
Rebel man.
You know the reason, Dr. B, and I know I keep running my mouth. The reason why I asked you that about your parents, Dr. B, is because sometimes I forget that and it sounds crazy, but it's whatever. Sometimes I forget that people who are older than me still have parents, because my parents, I never had my father, and my mother passed away when I was 25. So I've been without, parents for a long time. Yeah. So sometime when King Simon be like, yeah, well, I'm at my mother's house, in my mind like, damn, that nigga still got a mother. And I got to remind myself, like, yeah, people have mothers, and their mothers are alive to 80, 90. And I'm like, oh shit, because I forget that, like, because to me, it's normal now not to have parents, but I forget that the rest of the world, when they're 40s and in their 50s, they still have parents. So it's just something, it's not a sad thing. It's just a part of life that I chose to experience, and that I've accepted. But it's just like weird. It's like, wow, I got to continuously remind myself of that. So that's why I asked that to you.
Well, I just need to do a little course correction.
Okay.
Your parents are not gone.
Exactly.
If you keep saying when they died and all that, maybe just say they graduated.
Okay.
Yeah.
They went to cosmic college. They're in cosmic college right now. Because once you say they're dead, you cut off the channel, the portal to reach them. You are your mother and your father, even though you never knew your father. Your father is in you, because that's why you're a good father now. You see, if you say you didn't have a father, then you get further and further from the father within you. You are the father. You are the mother. You are the beginning, the end. You are everything. You are the universal consciousness happening right now. So we got to stop killing our parents. We got to stop killing our relatives and our friends. They don't die. It's impossible. It's just a perspective that we have, because we stuck in these meat suits and we think this is it. We come from another realm. We're cosmic light. We're lensed together and we're magnetized into these bodies for a very short time. This is just bus stop Earth. Don't think this is the journey. It's a bus stop. Sit your ass down. Do what you got to do here, because everybody's leaving. But guess what? The law of rhythm says that to be alive, you must also be dead. To be here, you must also not be here. For there to be matter, there must also be antimatter. Does it matter? Yes. You are your mother. You are your father. You are living right now, my brother. So let's stop killing our parents. Let's stop killing our loved ones. Let them live. And once a week, I have a council meeting with my parents and all the people that I respect that left and went on the other side. And I ask them, and I bring them to the table in my own mind. It's my own mastermind system. And I sit here and I say, y'all come to the table. And they come in my mind.
Yeah.
And guess what? I ask them, this is what I'm dealing with. I got to be on with, Brother Rich this week. What should I talk about? And something pops up. Because if you realize they're alive and act like they're alive, because there is no life and there is no death, there's just isness. We need to be in the business of being in isness and stop what putting we be putting a curse on ourselves and cutting off the channel and the connection to the everything, to the all the thing. That's a new thing, the all the thing. So yes, brother, I want to thank your mother and your father for being here, because we're here right now, Brother Rich, because of your mother, your father, your grandparents, and all the 4-something thousand people that made you on this continent be who you are right now. I am thankful to all of them. So let's stop killing them softly with that sad song. They're here now.
They're here now. That's right.
Thank you for checking me, Dr. B.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, I'm serious, brother. Thank you for checking me, and I will not say that. I will not use that word because I just used that word to somebody the other day, and they said something similar. The word dead. But yeah. Thanks for checking me on that, Dr. B. That's what the elders are here for. I appreciate it. Let me share. Yeah, I just keep running my mouth.
We can't stop. We can't.
Let me share this. Listen, this is a genuine. It's like being on the phone with. This is like a genuine conversation. So on the day of the eclipse, I'm gonna take because now that Dr. B said, don't when he just said that, something in my mind just clicked and I remembered what happened the day of the eclipse. So the day of the eclipse, I tell you, my lady was scared. Let me say that. I don't want to hear me. My lady was scared. She was at home. She was hiding and shit like this. She was hiding and shit. So I went outside. I'm outside. At first, I had to get some honey from KT. So I had to get some money from KT, but I'm looking at the time. I'm like, when this motherfucking eclipse coming? I'm looking